There's so many people that wonder what their life purpose is, and I have a way that I want to share it with you. So we have seven chakras within our bodies, but 2 feet above our heads is chakra eight, which is the life purpose chakra. It's also part of what is referred to as the karmic and causal chakra. So let me explain a little bit about that. Um, Our life purpose is to actually discover that we are here as creators. And for the early part of my life, I felt like I was at the mercy of um, a random set of experiences and circumstances. So imagine when I started learning about what is referred to as the bus stop conversation, which is how it gets rolled out into this 3D physical world. So let's go back to the beginning and imagine that you are hanging out in heaven, right? In the not in the realm of the non-physical, and it's almost your turn to show up here in a physical body and go through the birthing process, experience being born into the physical dimension. So there's all this planning that happens at the level of the soul, and we're we're being present with how is it that I want to evolve, right, at the level of my consciousness, at the level of my soul during this incarnation. And some of the items might be things like I want to deepen in my ability to be able to be unconditionally loving. I want to be able to forgive much quicker and not hold grudges and hold on to them throughout the entirety of my life. I want to discover what it means to truly be myself and not letting outside influences determine that for me. I want to know myself. And so let's say that those are the three things that we're coming here to deepen in, to grow in, to expand in. And we don't know how that's going to happen. But we know we need assistance for that to occur because no one grows um, by themselves. So we're at the cosmic bus stop and we begin to recruit volunteers to play different roles in our lives. And there's a group of people, and somebody volunteers to play my mom, and somebody volunteers to play my dad, right? And my mom is going to, uh, and we don't necessarily know this at the time. So we just cast all the characters in the play in our movie. And then everybody says, all right, we've got our cast, we've got our main player, right? Our leading lady, our leading guy. And it's time to hop on the bus and we head down to Earth. And we are born and then we are met by all of these people. And our life then begins to unfold through sets of circumstances that are going to facilitate my ability to not react to triggers quite so easily and choose to stay in love because that's what becomes most important to me. This by no means um, means that I'm going to allow myself to be a doormat. If anything, it's actually going to require my ability to access my voice and speak truth in real time in a space of love that includes me and other so that I don't form a judgment. I just honor all of life. And that means we honor ourselves and we honor the people that we are having our lives with, having our experiences with, because we begin to remember more and more that this love is who we truly are. So, through a series of experiences over the years and the decades, we finally arrive at a place where we know who we are, and we likely will have achieved a lot of what we had intended to achieve at the level of the soul. But if we do this on a voluntary basis, then we don't need to have experiences in our outer environment that are pushing us, right? There's a saying of pain pushes until the vision pulls. At a certain point, I'm like, I've done really hard for a long time, and I've grown so much in self-love that I don't need to subject myself to those levels of difficulty, pain, challenge, and hellish experiences. I'm willing to grow through ease and grace. And so as you and I do this, we become less reactive, right? So if an action that I am taking is fueled by a charge, usually whatever action I take is going to generate additional karma that I'm then going to have to clean up. And the universe loves us so much that it doesn't judge us at any point, but it kind of keeps track like, oh, okay, so she didn't get it on that take. Um, and when we least expect it, because it waits until we least expect it, it comes back around. And it'll be something similar, a similar set of circumstances. That brings us to a choice point. How am I going to respond? Am I going to respond or am I going to react? And what's my come from? Am I coming from a place of wanting to get even, wanting to even the score, or even worse, wanting to cause hurt in some way because of what something, of what someone has done or something has done? But as we begin to discover more and more who we really are, right, that we are an eternal being that has an infinite number of incarnations, so that we can grow and unfold and eventually arrive at permanent remembrance of who we are, then we don't take things so personally. We start to see everything as a way of facilitating this unfoldment, this awakening. So instead of reacting and not taking it personally anymore, you're like, how is this here to grow me? What's my choice point right here? Do I have a choice to not react? Do I have a choice to not lash out? Do I have a choice to not, like kick the dog, you know, um, slam my fist into a wall? I'm not. I'm not going to react outwardly. I'm actually going to find where in my body I'm feeling the density of the energy. Is there a density of my in my throat? Is there a tightness in my chest? Is there anxiety or fear in my belly? Where am I feeling it? And starting to bring my own loving presence and breath to that area. So as these experiences unfold and show up, instead of me blaming somebody for having caused the upset in the first place, I'm going to begin to view it as an opportunity to build circuits within my system so that I can clear that density that was already there, that stuck energy that was already there. And as I clean house, as you clean house, there's more and more high frequency energy that gets to pour through us through this system. And then you and I get to move into the next phase of our life purpose, right? Because we've cleaned house, we've grown and deepened in our ability to forgive, be unconditionally loving. And now instead of having to react to the karma that the universe is so willing to help us clean up, we get to step into the other side of chakra 8, which is the causal aspect of it. So instead of having to deal with the karma, we now get to consciously create. What is my soul feeling inspired to create? For me, currently, it is this trip to Bali that I'm going to be leading. Um, and I found a new title for myself, uh, Sacred Journey Facilitator. I love taking people to places of beauty on this planet. I love cultivating a devotion to our unfoldment, our growth, and our evolution by visiting sacred places, these temples that are so infused with so much prayer, so much regard for life. The people in Bali meet you heart to heart. When they say namaste, there is like no part of them that does not see the God in you. And so immersing ourselves in these places is part of what has helped me to awaken to the true version of me, the authentic version of me, the eternal version of myself. And so it's something that I gave myself permission to do today. Maybe not today. I gave myself permission to do this last November, was when I said, okay, I'm pulling the trigger. I've never done it before. I've traveled plenty on my own, but I haven't had the opportunity to take a group. But based on everything that I have experienced so far in life, it has trained me on how to be um, a loving space for people. So, what does your soul feel inspired to do? What are you ready to let go of? Do you want to learn how to release the energy blocks so that you can step onto the causal part of creation and not have to deal so much with the karma anymore? But when it does come up for you to clean it up and dissolve it, you'll know exactly what to do. And you won't blame somebody outside of yourself. You will take your rightful place as the overseer and the creator of your life. You're not at the mercy of anything outside of you. And that's the point to it all. For us to realize our power and that we are an incredible portion of God frequency expressing here as you and me. So if you're interested in coming to Bali and learning more about these teachings and experiencing the energy, the people, the love, the temples, the mountains, the beaches, the massages, the medicine woman, um, come. It'll be myself and my husband, and then we have our local tour leader named Cricket, who has lived in Bali for the last 7 years. And has cultivated relationships that allow Westerners to visit places where Westerners are not usually permitted. We will have an opportunity for yoga in the morning, and we have Skip Jennings, who is adept, right? A master of yoga. And then we'll have these teachings in the morning. And then throughout the day, we will be exploring the different locations, the cuisines. We'll even have a chance to work with a medicine woman um, who, based on what I've heard other people share, she somehow seems to know a lot about us without us revealing anything. Um, we'll be doing a couple of sacred rituals. We'll start off by visiting a place where we get to release what we no longer need, what no longer serves us. So this whole experience of Bali is a healing journey, right? But we go from releasing what is no longer necessary to embracing and becoming open to stepping onto the front side of chakra 8, where we are the ones that are consciously creating our lives from a very loving and empowered place. So I invite you to join us. I'll include the link below. If you register before February 10th, you will get an additional $200 off. And there will be several gifts also included on this journey, but I won't give it away. They are just amazing, amazing things that you'll get to bring back as mementos that are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I look forward to seeing you on this journey, um, and allowing ourselves to grow and unfold in a group of like-hearted beings. Peace and blessings.